Hey, alright, let's see how this is going. So we're playing Wildlands. I have beat this game when it came out, whatever year that was, forever ago. Still love it, still one of my favorite games made. Um, it's just crazy how big the map is on this game. Sorry, I zoomed out too much. So I remember when this game was launched, I think after the Division, maybe before the. I think it's after Division 1, maybe before Division 2. That was awesome. That was so cool. So basically, it's like a giant. It reminded me a lot of Mercenaries, if anyone recalls that incredible game back in the day. Yeah, so it's basically GTA out in the Bolivian forest. You, of course, represent the United States government, flying all the way to a different country to just really just mess with poor farmers that are just trying to make a living, and the U.S. government doesn't want you to be able to do that without their authority. So that's what we're down here. I'm a little in the middle of nowhere. I'm gonna shut him up. So a little middle of nowhere right now. So quick overview. I'm a little bit into this game. Again, this is my second playthrough. I did a completion of it with one of the expansions, or two of the expansions. I didn't get to play the Predator expansion. I guess it got pulled, which is kind of a bummer because everyone told me it was great. But yeah, the premise is you are going down there to take out this giant cartel, and it's divided up into different sections that you have to complete. If we highlight over this first section, this shows everything I've done in it, and the skulls, little punishers over here represent. They represent how difficult it is. So my favorite part of this game's up here. It's a giant, basically, desert. What's really cool is the fact that you can fast travel between the areas, which a lot of people like to do. I like just flying the airplanes, man. It's just so much fun. Just hop in airplane, just kind of roam around. Of course, because this hasn't been fully cleared out like it was on my previous character, there's a lot of anti-air that you have to avoid, but we're going to get right into it. So this right here, we're going to learn as we go along, right? So that was a Unidad guy. You know what? It really doesn't matter. You're just supposed to go there and shoot people. Let's go ahead and swim across this lake and get some leeches on our bodies. A little bit of bloodletting to really kind of wake up the senses. Go hang out. Just the realism. Like, for example, I killed that cow. I feel bad about it. That's the realistic part of it. But also, hamburgers. I mean, just think it through. Just kind of fill it out. See how it goes. So we're gonna hop in this old helicopter. We are going to. I want to go here and steal an airplane, but I'm very confident. Yeah, you see where it says SAM launcher there on the right-hand side. Very confident that's going to go poorly. But you know what? Let's just do it. The night's young, the morning's early. Let's go ahead and hop in and go shake the cages. Some feathers frazzled. Okay. So we're gonna just kind of play it coy here. We're gonna go back and up and kind of pinpoint where we want to go. Looks like they have. Okay. All right. Well, hang on. Perfectly fine. That's a winning screen. So I know it says killed in action, but it actually means I killed it, and it means I won. And that's the whole game. That's the game from beginning to end. Glad you could join me in on this. Now, here's the fun fact about this game. It is a billion years old. I'm going to look it up on my technology here. What was it? Wildlands. This game came out in 2017. So it went into the Division. No. The Division release. Here we go. Tom Clancy's 20. Okay, so it was a year after. So it was this game. So it's the Division, which is still an incredible game. If you haven't had an opportunity to play it, it's probably one of the coolest games out there. The first Division, you can get it for like a few bucks on Steam, like everything. You go ahead and buy it, install it, never play it. You know the routine. I'm going to talk to this guy.
Nomad.
He's with the U.S. Army. His name is Mitchell.
It's kept us busy.
As long as you're on the clock, we have a new situation.
I really have the music in the game muted because
there's more to Bolivia than weapons-grade cocaine.
I care.
They discovered uranium lurking under.
Oh my God! They got uranium.
Started mining it.
Shit.
Oh no! Shit!
We have intel that says Russian ultra-nationalists are helping them in exchange for
The
getting
Ruskies.
some of it.
That's solid.
We have a ghost on the ground.
How they have time with,
A
you know,
sharp new kid
getting
who's infiltrated
absolutely
Unidad,
obliterated.
posing as a Russian agent.
Slava
Named
Ukraine.
Little Brother.
Cute.
Unidad is sending samples of this uranium to Russia soon, and we need to intercept it. Get in touch with Little Brother, and he'll walk you through the op.
Copy that.
All right. So yeah, I kind of threw it in the middle. I was going to record the beginning of this game when one of my close friends and I's high school buddy restarted it. I was going to record everything, but you know how things go.
Never happened.
You kind of
Once he's back on a two-way shooting range, it'll
have
go
these
back to
ideas that you're going to do so much, and then you just kind of get into doing what you're doing. You're like, oh, man, I really wish I would have recorded that. Plus, like, I don't need more content I need to edit, as I am quite far behind on editing. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and try to cross this bridge. There's a fun fact. You can kind of shoot at them. And okay, well, that'll happen too. Alright. Okay, I kinda asked, you know what? That's on me. That's on me. I can't blame him for that.
Damn, that
You know,
was close.
it's the road. I'm a person. Okay, I think I might have messed that up. I probably shouldn't have shot that with the 50 cal. Pretty sure that's gonna blow up. So, I'm sorry. Good luck with that car. And really sorry about that, man. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and just get away from that. There's a tractor that's on fire. What's going on? Hey, buddy. Why are you so sad? Is it because your tractor's on fire? No. Your only tractor? Your heart? Oh, okay. No, I'm not gonna, I just, listen. See this just normal person come in and you're just all scared about it. You guys are just, racist. Okay, let's try that. Okay, there we go. What do you mean I can't drive it? Of course I can drive it. Yeah, here we go. Tell me I can't drive this. All in, everybody get in. Okay, so what am I doing? Do I want to do the airfield? No, I'm going to get obliterated. So let's do a mission together. How about that? We can kind of see how the game plays and how well I do by myself. Let's see, story mission. Leader of the Bolivia. Operation Silent Spain. We are going to go just right here. We're going to keep it simple. And we are going to pull a Yui. That little e-brake going on. Sorry about your tractor. I don't think that there was the guy's tractor that was like crying over it. It was like someone else. Weirdos out here. We're gonna take a shortcut. Just, you know, makes it a little faster. Just drive straight down the mountain. That is a cool airfield, and one of the things I do love about this game is it's just so vast. You know, the game itself. I don't know what the map size actually would correlate to. I might be wrong when I say that Arma, at least Arma 3, is the largest map size. Because I know DayZ was based on Arma, at least the mod, and then of course the standalone, which I was like an early adapter of DayZ standalone, but not very good at those games. I mean, I like playing them. You get a couple of buddies on it, you can play it. Oh, I don't think we're interrogating him. Alright. Yeah, that's gonna need some repair. Let's go back to our car. Did you even roll down the windows when you started shooting? Look at this thing. We are not getting our deductible back, are we, on this? Okay, you getting in? Okay. You don't normally have to wait for the guys. They will mysteriously, magically teleport into the vehicles if you don't. You decide you don't want to wait on them. Where am I? What am I doing with my life? Oh. Yeah. So let's go down there. Okay. Yeah, so I was going to record this from the beginning, ended up forgetting to do that, so I'm kind of in the early middle part of it. You'll see parts of this. I'm really recording this for my favorite person in the whole entire world. His name is call him Coconut. Respect his privacy. He's the coolest kid in the entire universe. Love him to death. But I wanted to record this because he tells me every once in a while he'll watch a video, so maybe I can put this on YouTube and he'll see it at some point. In that. Okay, so let's go here. Oh, what? No, sit down. Quiet. Shh. Okay. Oh. You go. Okay, who's next? Who wants some? You? You up there? That's right. That's what I thought. Okay. So I think these guys are right below me. Below me. Oh shoot. Yep. Ow! Is it too late to say we're friends? Where are they? Oh, they're gonna do that thing where they like get up on top of you. But we can do something cool. Let's just throw a grenade over the edge. See what it's about. Okay. Did it work? Oh, I think I know. I think we're over by a cave area. By the way, the view distance is incredible on this game, too. Now, one of the things I always thought, because you get a game like this, the game's fun. It's fun as heck. The quality of the graphics are incredible. I know it's not like... I think I'm recording at 2560 by 1440. This is a 16 by 9 aspect ratio. That's all engineering stuff, but old engineering stuff, what I used to do. But yeah, no, the graphics are great. The gameplay's great. I'm just recording this at 60 hertz. It looks great. It plays great on this computer. Oh, well, how about I mess that up? Here, let that problem solve itself.
Fuck, that was a civilian, dumbass.
That'll be fine. You know what? Honestly, they should be thanking me. Because it could have been a bad guy. I'll throw that over there. Killed another civilian. I mean, when in Rome. Yeah, so the game quality is incredible. It's just they really could have just got a lot more content into it. I think like different vehicles, different, you know, maybe a map expansion, and it would have been perfect. And it would have been something I'd even pay for.
Cartel Sicarios are joining the fight. They're trying to escape.
I did buy the. I think I have all the expansions for it.
Copter, get down.
Oh, it's kind of.
Take cover.
I'm gonna do this.
Fucking man down.
I don't think we're doing so hot, guys.
Man down. Yo, man down.
Oh no! Did I do it? Okay, no.
Man down over here.
Okay,
Down,
so
down.
man, this thing is not doing any damage to it. Maybe it's because I need the perks maxed out. So yeah, I can't remember if we reset the character or created a new character, but there are skill trees that you can. Come on, come on, man! I am not doing any damage to that. There are skill trees. Sorry about that. I am gonna be stuck. Did I get stuck? Yeah, I think so.
Chopper, down.
Yeah, it does this. So there, early on in the game, you get stuck in a lot of areas. Like what I am right now. There it goes. I got out.
Patchy's got you targeted. Get the fuck down.
I don't know why it's not crashing. The thing is taking hit after hit. Why aren't you dying? Ow, ow.
Copter, get down.
Might just be. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the vehicle thing. But normally you have the 50 cal and it just one-shots the these helicopters, but I don't think that's happening.
Get down.
Apache after us too? Sorry, fighting a little bit of cold. Okay, well, that's not working out for us. So what should we do? Okay, we're kind of stuck here on this cliff. Unidad patrol. Am I out of ammo? Yeah,
Copter, get down.
Yeah, and the other thing is like going off my muscle memory, I'm used to having
Hit the dirt, helicopter.
I'm used to having more clip or more ammo in the clip because I had all the expansions to it, the extended mag, so to speak, and I do not have it. So, oh shoot, I'm done. It's a long time coming. I am playing on the not the hardest setting, but I am playing in the area that I'm not really supposed to be in. You're supposed to kind of work your way up to it, but that's boring. So I will die, because I am not an elite gamer, as one might say. I have my moments, I have my highlights. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not.
Little brother, this is Nomad.
Yeah, okay. So, Operation Silent Space. Should we do it?
Oh,
Let's do
Christ,
it.
Don't call me that.
Let's do an operation together.
What?
I don't know, like Spade. I like Spade.
I'm not compromising operational integrity to give you a new code name. You don't like
Oh,
it,
no,
take it up with
you-
Griffin.
Shit. Sure thing. Old timer.
We keep a tight schedule. What's the sit rep?
They got this place sealed up tight.
Yeah.
The way in is by Halo. You're gonna have to base jump in here from the cliff overhead.
What kind of welcome?
Yeah, so I'm just going to record a few clips of this game.
Best you're gonna get.
Play around, goof off.
Don't bother knocking off your boots.
Might be a nice little relaxing video to have playing in the background as you slowly drift off to sleep. Maybe I can talk a little bit quieter. Give you like a nice ASMR, SM, whatever experience. Maybe I'll talk like a little bit of a whisper as you go to sleep. As I randomly hunt down these criminals for having to join. Did you point at me? Did you point at me? Huh? Huh? Yeah. That's right. Sorry. And now we're gonna relax and go to bed.
Visual on
Just
Rebel
nice,
radio
chill
broadcast
environment.
unit. Let's activate it and get their message out.
And then dig in for a fight. Those things are like party invitations for SB goons.
Yeah, so this is probably one of my
Still
top
find the time to
games
play.
at all times. It's one of the things my son keeps asking me. He's like, "What games you play growing up?" It's kind of weird because you get to a certain point. I don't think he's getting interrogated. I'm not gonna do that. That's a radio jammer, or sorry, radio thing, and they come and give you waves of guys. It's fun if you got a group of people. Oh, sure.
Got a target carrying submachine guns.
Round just missed him. He's looking for the source.
There's a weapons case over here.
Say what? There's definitely somebody up in here. So in the mini map in the bottom right, if you don't know, it actually shows a little orange area that if there's people in that area, and then when you actually target them, you get or identify them, which you can do it in a few different ways. They end up becoming an actual dot you can trace. So basically, it does encourage you to do surveillance, which is cool because, like, you know, you can't go in and Rambo everything. I mean, you can when you get like later in the game, and you get all this cool camo and stuff. Which that's what I wish I could have just when I restarted the game just kept all the weapons and stuff like that, because it's, you know, I understand there's like one part of the game which is exploring things and finding all the weapon upgrades, but honestly, I like to just go into an area and just shoot people. I don't want that on record, though. I mean, I like to play video games to the extent of them being legal. Anyways, I said too much. So yeah, I would say that this is definitely one of my top games made. Which for like, it's 2025 right now as I'm recording it, February something.
Go ahead without me.
Yeah, I'm going out without you. Oh, because it's a two-seater. Yeah, and you'll magically show up. Am I supposed to climb that? You crazy. Okay. See? Look, everything turns out well. So yeah, my son keeps asking me what my favorite games are, and you know, it's like kind of hard to think about that. I would say top game of all time for me, or game platform, would be Borderlands. That's one of my favorite game series of all time. I remember I played Borderlands 1 with a good friend of mine. We used to go play it beginning through the end. And I remember on my character with him, I was like Mordecai, who's the sniper character. Had that guy all decked out, and then I got it, and I bought it for a buddy. And then I bought Borderlands 2. I bought a whole Xbox 360 when the Borderlands 2 came out. Oh, we're gonna base jump? Okay. Alright.
Nomad, one more thing. Remember to stay undetected. If anyone sees you, the mission's over.
Oh. Well,
You really think we can trust this punk?
I think I messed that up.
Griffith's not parachuting hot into a Unidan base. Sometimes you gotta have a little faith.
Alright. So that didn't work out. Yeah, so Borderlands 2 is definitely the pinnacle. Best story, best villain of all time, Handsome Jack. There is probably the #1 bad guy, best played bad guy. A lot of people say from Far Cry 3, I think it is, or 4. 3 or 4. Vago or whatever his name is. I didn't play Far Cry 4, to be honest with you. So for me, it's kind of, you know, I have to take your word for it. I do love that actor. He's the guy that plays in Breaking Bad. He's an incredible actor. But yeah, Handsome Jack is the best villain. I remember I always asked my buddies, and people would say, one of my buddies would say Far Cry 4 has the best villain, but I would argue that best villain is Handsome Jack, hands down. So we're gonna hit this clip right here. We're gonna hit this cliff right here. So, then we're gonna jump off, and I think we're gonna parasail into space, where we will get completely annihilated because we are very low tier. Oh look, these stacking rocks. By the way, that is so annoying when you go to a place and people are stacking rocks. It's like, we get it. Okay. Run or walk to the edge, press space. Hold S to slow down. W to dive to gain speed. Then open your parachute.
Nomad, one more thing. Remember to stay undetected. If anyone sees you, the mission's over.
Okay, let's focus on the mission.
You really think we can trust this punk?
Griffin vouched for him.
Griffith's not parachuting hot into a Unidad base. Sometimes you gotta have a little faith. In God, though, right?
And Griffin.
Okay, so we're trying to get to here. There's going to be guys up here. Press B for our binoculars. We have thermal, which is cool. I'm playing on a keyboard and mouse because I am a computer gamer through and through. I cannot use a controller to save my life. I have a HOTAS system that I can do flight stuff with. I played some DCS. DCS is kind of, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's just too realistic to be fun. I mean, I know that's one of those things, but when I'm reading like a manual on a F-16 Fighting Falcon, or Viper as everyone keeps on wanting me to call it, man, I'd rather play like, you know, like something a little bit more arcade-ish. But yeah, I do have the DCS and the VR and all that sort of fun stuff. It's just like a lot of, you know, it's like how flying would be in real life, which is not as cool as just going out and just being an idiot. I think we froze. Oh, there we go. So yeah, you'll notice this game will stutter from time to time, and it does take a billion years to load in, which is always exciting, right? So let's pull a drone out. I bet it's jammed. Yep.
The drone's fucked up. They're jamming us.
Uh-oh, she said a bad word. So we're gonna have to figure out how to get into this. Can I crawl through that? I should be able to crawl through that hole. Come on. Come on. We're gonna go around here.
Sniper in the tower.
Take that guy out. So we're gonna go up here. Can I jump in over here? Probably can. Let's take out some snipers first. So first we're gonna pull our binoculars out. And we can't use, I think that's him right there. Looks like him. Let's go thermal. No. No, interesting. A little thermal oversight. Oh, here we go.
Enemy spotted.
So we got those guys. So that's the thermal signature on those guys. So we just gotta look for that across here. Here's one.
Sniper, top of the tower.
Sniper. Those are some birds. Alarm. That's a fast travel thing. Okay. Yeah, so the game really does reward you to play it very. Let's go to night vision. You can't see anything really with night vision. Hey, and let's go back to regular. Yeah, our binoculars. Let's get out thermals. Sorry. Going on mute to cough. Getting over a little bit of a lung, I think a lung infection, but yeah. Well, sucks to suck.
Marking an enemy.
So here's what I like to do on this. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. Let's go night vision. I'm gonna go thermal. Yeah, so I can see a silhouette. 200 meters. Dead.
Vehicle is disabled.
Okay. Yeah, so it'll reward you if you have, if you go stealth and you sneak, kind of like Evalda, Ghost Recon, Tom Clancy games like Splinter Cell and all those sort of games. So like the more tactical you are with it, obviously the easier it's going to be. I mean, that's kind of like a no-brainer. But you don't have to be, and that's kind of what makes this one fun. Splinter Cell, those sneak games,
Eyes on an Unidac.
they're just pure sneak. They just stress me out, man. I get so stressed out with those. I remember playing Metal Gear Solid the first time, played the demo, and I was like, I just don't get it. Just don't get it. My friend Austin was like, oh, it's the best game in the world. It just took me it just took me a lot longer to get into those type of games because, you know, I didn't really, it's kind of like racing games. You know, if you don't really know how to race, they're so boring. But once you start learning like some racing principles and stuff, like what I explained to my son, you got to let off the gas when you get to the corner. You can't just push the gas down all the way. But he did beat me in Mario Kart. So for 7, he was like 6 at the time. So pretty impressive. Also, I'll get him back. Okay, we are. Are we? Where am I going? Hang on. You're kidding me? I gotta go through all that stuff? No. Okay, let me get my binoculars out here. Got some people to our right. Oh, is that the generator? Yeah, we can shoot it. They got, okay, got 3 guys right there. Okay, we're gonna go around this side. Okay. I have a bad feeling about this. I can't. Is that the jammer? That's not the jammer. I have a bad feeling about this. Oh, spooky. It says input disconnected. Should I? No. Big thing's gonna be like killing all these guys. Gotta get that generator. Is there a way I can put a sync shot on the generator? No. Okay. Alright. What do we do? Okay. I'm gonna hide here for a second because I think there's patrols. Make sure we're all reloaded. And we're gonna look around the corner. Yeah, I like the third-person view. That's one of the cooler things about it, is because you can kind of hide behind the corner and still look around. Again, not realistic. Oh, you're up there, aren't you? I come down here?
Sniper in the tower.
Eyes on a group of soldiers.
Okay. Don't get us caught. What are we trying to do?
Horizon HVT. Brings us to 10.
Probably do this. This ends up tagging people quicker.
We spotted one of the machine guns.
Is there an air traffic controller? This is, I think, one of the bigger. There's the jammer. There's the air defense system. Uh-oh. What are we doing? Okay. Yeah. Every time this game hiccups and freezes, I'm like, well, it's crashing. That's kind of the gist of it. Okay, do I want to go down there or not? Yeah, I kind of have to, don't I? If I can sneak up on the tower, sometimes you can just go up there and just snipe everybody out. But we got a group of guys on that side. Should I go up there? It's kind of a risk, but let's try it. Yeah, when you beat the game, you get a cambo that just is basically an invisible cloak. I'm not going to be able to take those guys out.
I'm moving to position.
Oh wait, hang on. I know what we need to do. So we have skills. And there is a skill called squad skill, or called extra sink shot. We're going to use that.
Moving to a good sight line. Say the word.
We're going to wait for them to get here. Oh, there's a guy there.
I'm shooting these fuckers.
Nice going, Slick. They found you.
What? Oh, man. Gotta have my sink shot on. So 37 minutes in, we've already died like 40 times. That's about average. Yeah, so Division's an incredible game. I play with my friend Jeremy, or did back in the day. Should probably say that because we haven't played it in a minute. The only thing I don't like about the Division is it turns way too much into a menu simulator game, and it's just when you have to start you don't really have to, but like get the best out of things. You have to combine the right kind of equipment together, and then you're playing basically like where every game turns into, where you're just playing for cosmetics, or you're playing for like this random drop you hope to get.
Check this spot
It's just not, ends up not becoming as fun. My favorite game series is Fallout. Love Fallout. It was probably one of the most impactful game series to come out. So everybody knows what Fallout is because of the Incredible TV show. If you have not seen the Incredible TV show, please watch the Incredible TV show. It's got Walton Goggins in it. He's probably one of my favorite actors. So good. He's amazing in Vice Principals, incredible in The Righteous Gemstones, and Glorious, not Glorious Bastard, Hateful Eight. So that movie Magnificent Seven came out around Hateful Eight. I don't know if that was like planned or not. It's kind of weird. Movies. Anyways, not related. So we will do. we're gonna do this. It's gonna give us points. Locations get skill points, so we get more things upgraded, make things a lot easier, as you do in video games. Then, in this game series, which I'm sure, you guys are going to correct me in the comments, but this game series was probably, like, you had Division, which incredible, more close-up, no vehicles, very, just combat-oriented, very, like, hide-seek, power-up, stuff like that. Great co-op game, still lives up to it. Division 2, incredible. They were going to make a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, and I think it got canned. And then Ubisoft, as of 2025, is hemorrhaging money, like as every business is trying to do in this sort of post-world 2020. So, that's a mortar thing. We're not going to do that. So they made a game called Point Break, and it was just disappointing. It started turning into a menu simulator. I think it's like it combined more of a tighter view. So if we're like zoomed out a little bit of this character, it's like a closer up view. So like a little bit of a bigger world, so to speak, visually. Sorry about that. Anyways, closer world, but it had vehicles and stuff like that. It just was too complex. And so that's one of the challenges. Anyone out there is developing a video game, obviously make your art, make how you feel. Don't forget, if your game ends up taking not hours to master, but like hours to really just understand the fundamentals of it, you're gonna get a return from me. Like, no offense. And that's just the reality of it. Not that I don't want anyone to like make a game that they don't feel passionate about, but like I just can't stand to, spend hours trying to learn the menu, and all that sort of stuff. It's just not. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work for me. It's one of those things. And that's where I think us Breakpoint or Point Break. I think it's Breakpoint. That's how that game actually was. It was just too menu driven. I just want to get in and play it, and that's where they mastered with this game. Because in essence, yeah, there is menus, of course, and there are guns with attachments. You can, add additional parts to every gun, stuff like that. If you can see the guns that I'm carrying, but there's not like as many, like I'd say, little modifiers. And that's where, like, the Division kind of did that, and they took it back. So, like, in Division 1, all the attachments always, like, made your guns better. And then for a moment in the Division 2, they were, like, trying to make it complex. Like, well, yeah, you can add this, but it makes this worse, or whatever that may be. I am going to just do this.
I called the rebels for mortar fire.
Copy that. Shut out.
What?
Grenade! 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 Watch out!
Keep forgetting I gotta have a clear line of sight for those.
Opening fire.
Oh no.
Grenade!
Frag out. Come mierda, culeros.
I gotta step my game up.
We got a fucking man down.
We'll be fine. You got like 10 of you.
Careful. I need that roadblock up ahead.
You're gonna be all right. Grenade, get to cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna get killed again. Yep. Yeah, I say it's not starting out too hot. Definitely not going to be a Wayland video where I just go around and just annihilate everybody on super legendary hard ultra. But you know what? That's fine, because I'm really just recording this for one. guy, which is my little coconut guy. Love that guy. So, yeah, Breakpoint was a disappointment, and it's the fact that I actually bought a microphone and they came with the game code, and then the game code got thrown away by somebody, so I had to buy the. I essentially had to pay for the game twice. It's very tragic. I don't think we're. I think I'm getting revived. But hey, look, I'm getting revived. All right, how we doing? Still dying? Cool. Awesome. Yeah, we're gonna just leave. So yeah, games that just, you know, there's mastering a game is different than just obviously learning the game. Every game's gonna have like a weird mastering mechanics, you know, learn like how the cover system works and stuff like that, like to do it better. What am I saying? Not really like to learn how the cover system itself works, but just to learn how. Oh, I'm gonna die. Yeah, that's a. But learning how, like just the basic mechanics of it. If that's gonna take an hour, I'm out. I'm out. I don't have the time for that or the patience for that. The game concept wasn't really that cool. I know people are going to disagree with me in the comments about that. Say that Breakpoint or Point Break was the best game ever made. And I think, you know, like we go back to some of the other games that Borderlands 2 was probably, again, that would be, I'd say, my number one single game of all time. Great story, best villain in the world. Didn't watch the movie though. I can't put myself to it. That was heartbreaking. That sucked because that means that there won't be a good Borderlands movie, and they could have done a good Borderlands movie. Like for sure, they could have done it in like more of a darker way instead of trying to make it like a goofy, campy movie. But you know, people have to fulfill contract obligations, and scripts get written and sold all the time in Hollywood. So I get it. I get it. It just sucks that they went out on that game series that could have been cool if they would have done it in sort of like a rated, super dark rated R style movie, kind of like a Deadpool. We're gonna go here. Let's do something different instead of dying. Wait, Unidad Airport and main heliport. Wait, that's where I was at, right? Yeah, I'm not gonna go. I keep on going back to the same place. Diversion, decrease the time. Let's go down here. Let's get a folded buttstock. Shall we? We're gonna do that. Alright, we're gonna pull a little nice little J turn here. So, oh, that's that thing. Yeah, Division 3, I think, is not gonna happen. Which I feel like there's a time when things happen. There's an energy that's present when you're doing things. And if you're an artist or a creator or a business person, whatever it may be, this is something that might be kind of natural to you. If you're struggling, this may not be, but it's a word I want to introduce everyone to called momentum. Once momentum is lost, it is really hard to get people back into it. There was a podcast I was listening to. It was like a story podcast called Tanis. Was it called Tanis? I think it's called Tanis. But they had this really captivating story. I think it was 1 or 2 seasons. And it was like super captivating, super interesting. This whole city completely just disappears. No one knows why, and they're investigating it. They leave it on this big cliffhanger. And what happened is they became a product of their own success. They got a big followers, and so professional companies started taking interest in it. So they bought the rights to make a movie from it. I think it was going to star Jennifer Gardner, or whatever. And that game, or sorry, that podcast, it got stuck in development hell.
Clear.
And what that means is a game is just continuous, or something is just continuously being worked, reworked. Studio that was going to pick it up was actually going to be the social network, Facebook, and then they basically dropped. I think they kind of just like had it hold for such a long time. Well, while this was happening, they weren't writing the third season, or they weren't doing anything with the third season. And so your season 1 comes out. That's fantastic. That's great. You kill it. Season 2 comes out. It's awesome. You get a big following, but then you disappear for 2 to 3 to I think like 4 years or whatever it was. By the time you come back, people have to remember what the story was and what the connection was. So when you start losing momentum in a project or something that's been out there, that's really the killer of it. Because in every type of business or anything you do, there's going to be ebbs and flows. There's going to be parts where I think it's like we're up there. There's going to be parts in the world, or parts in everything where things are just going to be happening rapidly and it'll be great, and then there's going to be like this sort of like part where things just kind of die down. And when you take your foot off the gas, metaphorically speaking, and you don't plow through that, that's when you start losing the momentum. That's when things get exponentially harder, and that's when people quit. And so when you find yourself working on a creative project, there's going to be a point where it doesn't feel like things are happening. It doesn't feel like feel like maybe your best days are behind you, whatever it is. That's going to happen no matter what you do. I am 40 years old, 41 years old, as my son would say. I'm old as hell. You say old as heck. We don't let him curse. If you're listening, don't curse, Coconut. But, there's... Good shot. Nice job, dude. I've had sort of a career renaissance many times in my life. It happens. I've had jobs, I've got let go from jobs, I've had career paths where I was working as a landscape architect, I did IT, I was the director of technology for a very large AV manufacturer, and then I got let go from that after about 10 years working for them. So I got to work on some really incredible projects. It was really fun. It was a great time. Got to do some very cool visual stuff. If you want to go to Las Vegas, you can still see a lot of it. Stuff that I designed. So I got to work on very high-end engineering stuff. It was very exciting. Did some cool IT stuff. Worked for a lot of stuff. I also lived in New Zealand for a couple of years and was a landscape architect. And, some might look at it going down one direction and changing as like, oh, you lost all this time. It's like, honestly, the talent in your life, and this is the advice for anyone who gets 53 minutes into a video about a random guy talking out to the ether. All one of you, I'll get on this, but the talents in life are really going to come from your ability to connect what you've learned in the past to what you're currently doing or what you want to do in the future. I'll tell you. Can you guys get in? I'll tell you, anyone graduating college, this is sort of the reality, and I normally like gate kept this information, whatever that means. But you aren't going. It's not going to work out the way you want it to work out ever, no matter what. Like, things are not always going to be pretty clear, black and white, or picture perfect, or as much as in control as they can be. Your skill of being able to take what is happening in front of you, use your skills that you've learned in the past or associated skills, I would say. So, I'll give you a great example. When I was doing landscape architecture, my partner at the time was a landscape architect. I was not. I was an IT guy, infrastructure guy, design guy. I basically forced myself to learn 3D modeling in AutoCAD because we would do layouts and stuff like that. I do design and all that sort of stuff, and I have a obviously extensive background in basically digital media through all sorts of stuff. Maybe I'll go through my skill set at some point, but so I have this idea of doing design and layout. Well, part of that was basically creating schematics that were easy to follow and visually appealing. Now, I want to say that there's parts that engineers just don't understand, and that's the sort of user experience. I have worked with some of the most smartest engineers in the entire world. A lot of guys in Hungary, love those guys to death, but they're not good at design and understanding the human experience. That was a big part of what I would, how I was able to work my way up to a director title, which was being able to translate what is occurring to like what an end user would want to have, the experience you want to have. Because being able to control that user experience or being able to control that sort of visual, I'd say visual, but that sort of being able to control that overall, how things flow, how things work, into a way that you can explain and you can walk people through, break it down into smaller things. That's really the key. And so when I started doing more IT-oriented stuff, when I would do a network schematic design, I would actually take a lot of extra time and effort into making it visually appealing. And so when you would put my design next to, let's say, like just a standard CAD design or a standard wiring layout, the people that would be making the decision, I mean, whether or not they're the same or, again, here's the whole thing about all that is there's a million billion ways to do things inside the networking world, and everyone is wrong unless you do it the way that one person wants to do it, whoever. Yeah. So anyways, I would learn how to make my designs more presenting or more presentable. And so my stuff always got picked. I always got promoted above other people because I cared about that versus other people who just said, listen, this is the way it's going to be. So for you, the listener, if you're graduating high school or college or whatever that may be at this time in your life, oh, baby's screaming. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm busy. You really need to figure out the things that you've done and how they can relate to what you potentially want to do. The other thing that I was exceptional at was I would just read as much documentation as I could. That's a big part of it, and that's one of the things that carried over from the IT industry, because you're always learning. IT guys can't just like sit down and just rest on one thing, or they shouldn't. You really got to stay into it. Now, I don't, as of February 2025, I have no desire to go back into work in the IT space. I was a sysadmin for Walmart. At least maybe it won't exist by the time you watch this video, but at the time it was the largest grocery company. Everybody knows what Walmart is, so I would imagine. So I was a network system admin for one of their distribution centers in Southern Illinois. It was boring as heck. I hated it. It was miserable. And that's why I was really happy to switch over to the AV industry, which was a lot more fun, a lot more sexy jobs, that sort of stuff. But right now, I'm just enjoying spending a lot of time with my son, or as much time as I can. And I do a little bit more of work on a little bit more design and layout, which is something I have a background in. So just doing some mixed media, multimedia stuff for myself and for some commissioned work as well as moonlighting as an AV engineer at events and stuff like that. So you will do a lot of things in your life if you have a good life, is what I say. I think we you know, I graduated high school in 2002, which may seem like a million years ago. But I remember when people tell me they graduated in the year I was born, it was like, you're so old. But I think I graduated in the right time because I got to see what life was like as the internet was developing. I got to get in early on some stuff, Bitcoin. Got to do some things that were pretty cool. But all in all, I got that sort of like first part of it where you got to try a lot of things, and it wasn't one of those. I learned really quickly. I would say after leaving, I worked at Walmart for 6 years. Left and worked in broadcast and IT and all that stuff, but I learned really quickly that I just don't want to do one thing in my life and die. That's just what I don't want to do. I think that's the sort of thing that makes it difficult for a lot of people is when you find something you do and it ends up getting taken away from you, or you lose your job. Example being is you kind of go, oh man, it's over. This is what I imagined I was going to do till I retire. Every time I've said that, every time I've had a big transition in my life, leaving Walmart, working in the film industry, that sort of stuff, there's always been something exciting to learn about it. Now, money's awesome, and I'm not gonna say it's not awesome to someone who grew up not with a lot of money and then ended up making a lot of money. It was a great change of pace, and I never thought I would believe someone who said money will not make you happy. I thought money would make me very happy, and I was probably, at least working for the AV company there at the end, I was probably the most miserable person that I could be when that was happening. And a lot of that actually stemmed from the fact that I built this thing from basically less than $1 million a year to we were at one point pumping out 20 something million a year. So I got to grow this company. Did a lot of extra hours and doing stuff, but as it got bigger and they replaced like some of the key people, um, when you go into a meeting, you're presenting data. They're like, "Oh yeah, I believe you," and you're like, "Okay, but I'm trying to show you why your company's not working." They're like, "Oh well, we're just gonna stay on this path without changing things until we decide to replace you guys. But we're going to stay on this path because this works, even though you're showing them stuff that's not working." It ends up becoming like a struggle of like you lose the ability to be effective. And one of the things I learned the most about myself was I need to move. I need to be creative. I need to be involved. I need to engage with people. I love working with people. I love managing people. It was seeing someone go. I put people in management positions and stuff. I have worked through problems with people and stuff like that. But being able to put people in positions to become successful, coaching, that's like my favorite thing to do. I love watching people. I could give two, Luca, ignore this. I'm gonna ignore this, but I can give two shits about titles and stuff like that. I just love watching people grow and learn and become passionate and invigorated and stuff like that. But that's not for everybody. There's some people I would coach and I would guide with that just didn't work out, and they just don't have the passion in it. And that's one of the things. Like if you don't have the passion, it's not for you. It's alright. That's okay. That's okay. So yeah, I've learned a lot of lessons in these 41 years from working just a job that you're just miserable all the time to. Are we going out of the map? Or are we going? Where are we going? That's out of the map. Can't go past that. I want to find an airplane. Yeah, working jobs that you're completely miserable doing. do like jobs that you love, and then but I've said I've had an opportunity to do a lot of incredible things. Anyways, that's my rant here. 1 hour and 4 minutes into this gameplay. I am going to just upload this as one clip. Maybe that's what I'll start doing, is just recording these as one single clips for archival purposes. Who knows, in the future, who might stumble upon this and be listening to this rant. I might be alive, I might not be alive. But you know what? That's okay. That's okay, we're here in life. I thought about hopping on Twitch and doing this as a live stream, but maybe I'll do a live stream on YouTube instead, because listen, I am not I'm not focusing on this being oh no, go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. There's no scenes. Yeah, I'm not focusing on getting.
Looks like they're feeling froggy. I'm opening fire.
Oh, it's anti-air. Should I get the? No.
Coming up on Unidad. You see that? The care
Okay.
packages
Looks
wound
like.
up in the worst places sometime.
I got downed. Rescue me. Save me.
Thanks.
Sniper, get the fuck down.
Hey, language. I am going to. No, I don't want this. Yeah, I was dead. That's death number 5. Let's go ahead and hit stop on the record, then we can start it again.